I farted and a poopy almost slipped out.
That was like.
You're fired. Alrighty, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dark Tides of Runeterra. I am your host today, apparently, because everyone stopped. Last time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra, we told
Hi,
some
welcome
swords
back
to
to
fuck off.
Runeterra, everybody. Last time on Runeterra, something.
There was some heart to hearts, probably. I can't remember. It's been a little while. Some hearts were probably removed. I mean, we're pretty violent. Yeah. And now we head towards. Now we're going towards Greenland because there's a man living there, and we're very confused how. But apparently he lives there.
You'd think the party would have calmed down when the dude that makes explosives for a living fucking croaked, but no. Turns out he was only like 1% of the violence, and it's it only got worse.
Okay, so now we're recording.
Are we?
Oh, no, we've been recording since the soundboard went off.
Oh, have we been recording since the soundboard went off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just had my
so
silence there and be
does
like,
that-
do I just click stop recording and click it again and just get rid of that part? No, we'll
So
allow
what
it
words
this
am I
time.
not supposed to say? Out of curiosity, what's the current list of words we can't say?
You can't. Absolutely not.
Thank you for doing the joke I wanted to do, but then have to say it.
I fucking love you, Josh. I was so happy somebody would use beats. If somebody wasn't gonna use beats, they're gonna start saying a bunch of fucking curse words. God, I can always trust Josh.
Why does it remind me of that Monty Python sketch? It's case of you can't say this, you can't say this, you can't say this, and you can't say Semprini. But what's Semprini? Get out.
You get out.
We're off to see the Udyr.
So, last time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra, you all had your bits of heart to heart. You all sorted out the knife dog issue. You've basically let them roam around the Freljord after you sorted out the situation with Lysandra. You've got back Alekxander's wife, who is now traveling with you.
Yeah.
And you are all traveling off to basically this island up here. I've actually forgotten the name. But essentially it's put where Wafflebyrd's hold is the greatest. And it's also pretty much where a lot of people have just been turning into giant monstrosities because of his influence. An influence that is growing over Alekxander's mind as we currently speak.
God, thank God I'm a fucking eggplant.
But he's managed to hold it off. Meanwhile, Alari and Delris, well, wanted to meet Udyr for their own reasons, are also trying to not exactly fight off because they're not really trying to take control, but trying to decide what to do with the giant cryo phoenix that's been talking to them.
Yeah.
And if two gods wasn't enough, Mariah pretty much went to her room and found a portal to Orn's Forge, and has been forging something overnight. Because, lest we forget, Mariah's dad is a blacksmith, and therefore she probably knows a thing or two about smithing.
I was here last session because we ended the session off with me fucking going, "What the fuck?" because I'm in Mariah's afro and we're in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you weren't going to be the session we were supposed to do, and then I was like, I'm dying, so we didn't do the session.
Yeah, you were like you were dying, and then I ended up. I was still late to that session though.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep.
So I believe we were ending that with the night's rest, given people went to their rooms.
Oh, that means I have to roll anyway.
Yes, you do. So it was pointless for us to try and decide if you were Alari or Delris, because the roll's happening anyway.
I pass. I'm still Alari.
There you go. So, who would be up first? Would it be Potoo? Would it be Alekxander? Or would it be Alari? I'm saying not Mariah for a reason.
Given Potoo's probably been navigating the ship, probably Potoo.
Oh, no, wisdom save, I'll Fright down. I know it'd be a con save, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I am
Alari.
all. Accept it.
Alright.
Well,
Um,
yes, but on the other hand, it is a question of does Potoo even sleep at this point?
that is a good question.
Make
Does
a con
Potoo
save.
even need to sleep being semi-undead?
Should let a con save decide.
Jack just really wants to flex this con save.
Alari
Yeah.
will probably get up just not long after them, basically.
Alright.
I'm kind of semi-hoping that Potoo gets a nat 20.
I technically did.
Technically.
Yeah, I did. You just called it.
Oh, it's like I technically got a nat 20. Technically how? In that I rolled a nat 20. I mean, fair.
But she would look very pissed off when she gets up.
I guess it's a case of Potoo would be up first, but is Potoo still piloting the ship at that point?
Can we say that I've taught Devi how to pilot the ship and I'm just playing my instrument somewhere?
Debbie doesn't have fucking hands!
You don't have to
And
have
if there's
hands to
one-
pilot something.
Oh my god.
Uh, I'm
The
gonna
ship,
say
if
that
there's one thing about the Wafflebyrg ship, is the fact that it's piloted via levers, all of which do various different things, 9 of which fucking kill you, and all of which need fucking hands.
I'm gonna say that Devi wouldn't be able to, but you could start trying to teach someone else who frequents the ship on how to
Me?
do it.
No.
It's me stay with Misfortune, or is me with you?
I think Smee's with us, I forget.
I think Smee's with us. We
Yeah.
just haven't used him in a very long
I mean,
time.
Smee does have hands technically, but would
Smee,
you
yeah,
also
no,
trust
I'd accept Smee. Smee's only slightly less explosive than the fucking chip.
That's somehow still worrying. So, Alekxander and Alari, as you're both waking up, you do hear. What would you say the music style would be? Like a Bilgewaterian type of theme? Or would you
Maybe
say
like a
something more along
combo
the
of
lines of, like a Bilgewater Ionian hybrid?
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like music mashup.
Okay.
That's really cute, but most of those words don't mean anything to me.
Basically, think your traditional shanty slash piratey type of music.
Ah, we're playing Assassin's Creed 4, I understand now.
Take that, mix it with like a more Asian style music from like Oriental style music.
We're playing Assassin's Creed 4, but we got very lost, understood.
Fair.
You're just Indian Ocean pirates instead of
That works a lot better
Caribbean
than what I
pirates.
was
Yeah.
trying to explain.
Yeah, that does sound
Yeah.
pretty lost.
Sack.
1 sec. 2 sec. 3 sec. Medical condition.
But you do hear that music drifting from the deck above. But can you also just roll me just quickly? I'm gonna say it's a Constitution check rather than a save.
Okay.
Blue's nut, brown chocolate. Sorry, my mum were asking which of the cornet or
Sorry,
colours
I'll
is
set my
which.
food.
As you exit your room, ready to face the day, it's uncomfortably warm, especially for the Freljord.
Oh, okay.
Like it's radiating from somewhere on the ship more than from outside.
Oh, it's intelligence check time. Alexander expected very many things when we got this far north. Alexander did not expect warm. That is illegal.
North, also this way, but also technically could be up. Going to the sun, understood. So whereabouts are you going?
Who, mate?
Yes, given that there's
Um,
BRB.
Sure, I'll just go to the deck. Why not?
Okay. So you head on up to the deck, expecting to see the usual case of Potoo piloting. Only to find Potoo, I'd say more like towards the front of the ship. And I forget what instruments Potoo has.
Let me pull up the
Hey,
sheet.
Gertie.
Uh,
It's a mandolin. The
Mandolin.
hurdy-gurdy is actually Feyna, remember?
Yeah, the hurdy-gurdy's fan, our own character. Oh well, I was half right.
it's because I had to take pause as well, because I were there going, I know someone has a hurdy-gurdy. It's because Kai in the Wednesday game has a hurdy-gurdy in Spelljammer.
Such a fun instrument to say. Hurdy-gurdy.
That's why I always use it in Sea of Thieves. But yeah, you see them playing their instruments. And as you turn to see who is piloting, you see the small powder monkey, essentially piloting while stood on what can only be described as one of those large bar stools.
No reaction.
Just used to this by now.
I feel like there's a general acceptance in the League of Legends world that the spider you stood on earlier probably had a family of 7, all of which capable of using a different type of pyromancy. So, at this point, we just accept that monkeys obviously pilot ships.
I've started to wonder if that's just a League of Legends thing or if that's just a me thing, given the monkeys in Devil Darlings.
Oh.
Not really monkeys, they were more so like possums, but yeah.
I mean, the monkeys in season 1 in that one town where the new sign language.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the,
Friezels.
yeah, Friezels. They're more so possums than
Yeah.
monkeys.
So, looking directly ahead to where the ship is going, you do start to see the landmass coming into view. Mostly flat to start off with, before giving way to large rising mountains that pierce the sky itself. Thunder and lightning rains down from the heavens, shattering
Very
the
frightening.
ice as you see it in front of you.
You can certainly tell this is Wafflebyrd's land. Could be more of a blatant battlefield if you wanted to be.
Anywhere's a battlefield if you think about it.
Yes, but so sort of somewhere so you can describe it in such an epic way as possible. You know what I mean? Anybody can have a fight on a random grassland near a village, but it takes a certain someone to have one of the greatest battles known in the multiverse. There, on the ice fields of the north, surrounded by the blazing fire and strikes of lightning. Wafflebyr has to make it. It's sort of his thing.
Indeed.
I'm not putting off bad thoughts.
Also,
You are back. Okay.
yeah, I've just got back. Jack.
Sorry. Continue.
As
I said, as I always say, it's a held action. It's always there waiting.
You can't just hold action, come.
What are you on about? We do that every other Thursday when we go edging.
Touche.
I'm going to, while we're flying into Wafflebyrg's land, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder as a very annoyed Alari
Oh,
walks past
I was
towards the.
I was about to say first, Alari,
Yeah.
before you do make it up onto deck, can you make me a concert check?
Okay.
Given that you weren't here for this part.
Con check.
Yeah, not a save, just a check. Oh, okay. So as you get out, you kind of feel the energy just sapped away from you almost instantly. It's hot down here. Unbearably hot.
I'm a fire genasi.
Yes. So for this fire to be sapping you to this point, it must be something.
Like in this area of the ship.
And this
It
exact
does seem
point
to
of
be
the ship, in
irradiating
this
from
part of
somewhere
the
on the
country.
ship, yes.
Can I try and find the source of this heat?
You can follow it,
Localized entirely within your hallway.
Mm-hmm.
and as you follow it back to its source, you find yourself stood outside someone's room. At this point,
Oh.
are you knocking? Whose door?
Yeah.
Well, as you stood right outside of the door will open, and Mariah, you will step out after a full night's work of smithing. Mariah looks kind of tired, I'd say.
Hello.
Why is your room so hot?
I was busy.
Well, you've turned the ship into a sauna.
I think it feels a bit nice in here.
Look, I am an elemental of fire pretty damn much, and I don't like this level of heat.
Make me an insight check. Yeah, make me an insight check, Alari.
Water.
So as you're looking at Mariah, a couple of things stand out. One is the obvious lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Another is what seems to be a shriveled up king eggplant just kind of flopping out of the hair as if exposed to high heat. The third is, do you know, like the
I'm
stereotypical thing
85%
when
water.
someone's like doing smithing and they've got the goggles on, and when they lift the goggles up, it's just like lighter skin underneath.
Yeah.
She's got that going on.
I think we need some water for my kingdom. It's falling apart.
Seemingly, but
Kingdom for some rain.
go take a
They've
shower.
had a bit of a famine too. They've run out of food.
Actually, we're cannibals by nature, but that's all right.
Oh, you learn something new every day about these eggplants. I just thought they like to be eaten, not eaten by each other.
We're cannibals, but
It's
we
kind
don't
of
like
a
to roast
cultural
eggplants.
thing. You just gotta see as he pulls up an eggplant and just fucking like vampires start sucking the moisture out of it. As he's just like fucking drinking eggplant juice from it.
And that is enough for me this morning. I'm going up on deck.
I'll
Yeah,
join
alright,
you. Let's go.
I guess I'm joining too.
So, as you're discussing this with Potoo Alekxander, you do hear steps coming up, well, footsteps coming up the stairs, and you see Alari follow. You see kind of like a slightly haggard Alari, a sleepy Mariah, and what can only be described as eggplant cannibalism mixed with vampirism.
I mean, he's probably consumed it by this point. How big's a fucking eggplant?
I mean, like, you guys do fucking know I'm not like a real eggplant, right? Like, none of us are actual, like, You know, I'm not going to explain fairy anatomy to you all. Anywho, cannibalism aside, what's everyone up to?
I'll also note, Alari, as soon as you get up here, the heat seems to fade from the ship, and the cold winds bite back on the skin. Normally, it would be slightly upsetting, if not just a little bit like nostalgia. Now it's just relieving.
She'll walk over to Alekxander. She's going to tap him on the arm. As we're heading into his territory, I don't want you turning into a monstrosity, and I'm going to enhance ability him.
Okay.
His wisdom to resist.
So as Alari taps your arm, you feel like a surge of energy just rush through you, going all the way up to your mind. And I guess it's the equivalent, but also the opposite of like a brain freeze, where you definitely feel it on the brain, but it's more comforting than sheer pain.
Huh.
That should help your mental fortitude for at least the next hour of our journey.
Right, Smile doesn't really clearly doesn't really know how to respond.
I'm a bit tired. The bird had a lot to say last night.
Just looks at Potoo and go,
Not that bird.
Don't look at me. I've been teaching Smee how to pilot all night.
oh, we've named him.
Wafflebyrg's dead. He didn't say anything.
It's just Wafflebyrg. And
Wafflebyrg has made
Wafflebyrg
an
ain't
AI.
no snitch.
Wafflebyrg has made an AI of himself. He is now the ship.
Just like clarifies, the sister of your god bird.
Right.
The cryo phoenix.
The Eggplant King's just gonna poke Mariah and be like, you know, I'm really appreciating the fact now that we come from a fucking society where we don't worship like a god or anything.
Well, like you have
Because
you know,
what?
like you're the king, so a monarchy instead of a god.
Yeah, but most monarchies use divine right. But you and me, we come from Bandle. So, like, and Bandle is not really like one system fighting religion. So, like, we
None
don't
of
have
that
this whole. Yeah, we don't have this whole deal that, everybody's currently experiencing. Well, I mean, you're experiencing it, so, it's that whole thing. Never took you for the religious sort, but, yeah.
I agree with you there because, well, look at this.
You managed to understand that? That's impressive.
I mean, look, I made a rabbit once, and there's one thing that rabbit taught me is that gods are fucking assholes.
Hey.
When did you see a rabbit?
I see a bunch of things. There's more to me than just running a kingdom inside of your afro.
Can't blame me.
I
For
do
this
a lot
one,
of things. I've got a lot of hobbies.
If Cody was in this world, would she just be a weird Vistian or a Yordle?
Yordle.
I mean, sometimes when you all are sleeping, I just watch you, Just
Wow,
hang
that's
over
really
you and just.
unsettling.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is, but like it just happens. Like that three-eyed bastard, he'd never fall asleep. So I don't like, sneak around inside of the walls, go to war with the rats sometimes. Sometimes we drink. Anywho, enough about me. We've got gods to slay or worship. Or I'm really confused right now. What are we doing? Are we killing the god? Are we what are
We're
we
going
doing?
to talk to a shaman named Udir. and see whether he
Okay.
can resolve mine and Alexander's issues.
Okay. All right. I'll see. I'll see. I ain't following, but I'll see.
So, as you're all discussing this, can you all make perception checks, please?
You said that.
No, I can't. No, I can't at the moment. I'm still trying to understand what the fuck we're doing, so I'm gonna forego that.
I have
Okay.
advantage from enhanced ability. Have fun.
I am the twin with, well, I was going to say I'm the twin with the worst perception, but
Yeah, you all pass.
Also, the Eggplant King has horrible fucking perception.
It's kind of distant, the sound, coming from furthermore inland of the Freljord. But you all distinctively hear what sounds like a large cracking sound.
Mhm.
Not like ice cracking, not like an egg cracking, but somewhere in between.
Thunder, lightning. Very, very frightening.
I made that joke earlier.
You don't have it copyrighted.
Fair point. This one understands Bandle law.
what was that?
What was what?
That crack.
Going off the idea that
I don't know. Did the big man lean over too far and split his spine?
What exactly happens in your race to make you think that that's a possibility? In fact, don't answer that.
We're vegetables. We don't have bones, so spine. We don't even have spine, so nothing.
Vegetable doesn't have spine.
But yeah, don't old men get like fucking arthritis or something?
Can I tell where, like, roughly estimate, like, where that came from?
make me a wisdom check.
Again, this is my worst. That.
It's
All I
alright,
know
I
is it came
believe
from
you.
mainly inland, like more towards like these kind of areas of the Freljord.
Like, back from, like, basically kind of opposite direction of where we're heading.
Pretty much. However, given we did get also a nat 20 in those perception checks. Right. Maybe it's just a sleepy haze in your eyes. Or maybe it's just being able to spot something while the others are confused. Maybe it's just Yordle senses, who knows.
Maybe it's Madeline.
You think you swear is that there's a large shape rising up from the Freljord and taking off across the skies. In your direction.
What the hell is that?
What?
Oh, this what?
She pointed out.
That over there, and she will like sluggishly point over there, and I'm hallucinating. I think I need to sleep.
Do we see something heading towards us?
You do indeed.
Oh, that looks interesting.
Looks like a slight bluish shape at first. Icy colours glistening in the sun.
Do I recognize this?
You do once it gets closer. In D&D chat.
Yeah, it's an Evia. Okay.
You see what seems
And
to be
she
a
just
large...
kind of goes,
Oh, go on.
just kind of mutters to herself, "Great bloody chicken."
As you all see what seems to be a large avian-like creature with a body made of pure ice just flies over the ship and towards the mountains where the thunder and lightning is striking.
Hmm.
Oh.
I guess she
Alekxander?
decided to come out of the egg.
You can roll me a religion with advantage.
Who's rolling
Who?
that?
Alekxander.
I mean, I have advantage on it anyway, because
That's
I
fair.
have the fun. Oh, no, I don't. It's actually an in check. I do this.
Every time.
It we very poo.
Given that you're a bit distracted, your mind kind of falters a little bit on who it is until you get context through Alari.
It's a great bloody chicken.
This is the sister to your god. This is Anivia the Cryo Phoenix, the god of the Avarosans.
Oh, fucking boy. Alexander can see things are getting a little more confusing very quickly. Ha Oh, God.
First she's in my dreams, now she stalks the living world.
Oh,
Alari,
Yeah.
you don't need to make a roll. You already can put two and two together for this. The egg that you found earlier, like
Yeah.
weeks back, has finally hatched.
Seems like she finally decided to leave her egg.
Ooh.
I'd say it's cute if it wasn't for the fact that it's going to cause a lot of fucking issues.
Oh yeah. Well,
Although I've got to wonder what a chicken that size fucking tastes like.
she's not technically a chicken. I'm a little annoyed because I'm very tired.
Hey, don't use logic to ruin my dreams.
Fine. She'll be very cold though.
I mean, cold spicy chickens, ain't it?
I come to the conclusion that you're an idiot.
Yeah, I'll get that a lot. I'm the smartest of my species, though. It's not really that big of an effort, to be honest.
Kinda took it in his stride, and I just feel bad about saying it.
You just hear from behind. Also in Marai's hair, just excuse me, I do believe you'd find that I, the high scholar and the smartest that I caned.
To the dungeon! To the dungeon!
No!
Execute him! Over this fighting! Put it before the row, lads. Alright, anywho, if you'll all excuse me, I'm gonna go deal with this.
Well, he's a tyrant. Good to know.
Are we surprised by the accent he has that he's a tyrant?
Not
To
particularly.
be entirely honest, his entire race appears to be incredibly self-destructive. At this point, I'm not surprised that the one that gets to rule over them is the destructive one. It is logical, yes?
I guess.
They
Anyway,
are, and I can be a bit crazy sometimes.
Honestly, you
Is
should
that-
just keep him talking. It's keeping us off the crazy shit that's going on.
is the mountain she flew towards in the direction we're going?
Yes, it's off in the distance. Or at least it was off directly ahead. As the ship quickly turns, and you find it's more towards the right-hand side of the ship, as Smee, the powder monkey, quickly is just yanked on one of the levers to basically do a hard turn.
What's up, Smee?
It just looks towards the skies where it turned away. And then you see a lightning bolt just shoot straight down to where the ship was.
Ah! Fuck all weather.
So either she's going to go and try and talk to her brother, or she's going to clash with him again. Either one is not exactly great for us.
Admittedly, the less fighting option would be better.
It would be better, but she's failed several times at this already, according to herself. Though I did shout at her a lot about it.
Yes, angry Alari does tend to be difficult to explain things.
basically just had a massive rant about how done I was with the infighting.
The ship will do another hard turn.
Yeah.
As it avoids yet another lightning bolt.
At this point, I'm
Alexander,
beginning to
this
believe
is
that
your
someone is
call.
actually directly trying to take us down.
It's me, get us to that island as safely as you can.
You are pretty much over like the... I won't say like the shore, just like a little bit inland of that island now.
Well, get us somewhere safe where the ship's under cover.
Potoo, do you not think that it's about time to take back over as our experienced pilot?
Admittedly, Smee's doing a pretty good job for their first run. But if
Let's
you...
not test that, huh?
I mean, he's predicted 2 lightning strikes.
Yes.
God, deny that one. Still.
Alexander gets smashed.
I'm gonna need everyone to make me a dex save.
Ah, he failed one. Understood.
Everyone around me, do
Do you want me to make a dex save, or do you want me to just go off of what?
It'll be off Mariah's, given that you're into her.
Okay, cool.
Give me
Unless
one
Mariah
sec.
fails,
Yeah.
in
Just
which
playing
case
some
you can try and
flashcards
abandon
right
ship.
now.
Everyone's numbers increased by 3 because you'll all definitely be closer for that aura protecty boy.
So I got 12.
They protect you, they attack you, but most importantly, they give snackies.
They most certainly do. Now put that back.
I love the fact that I just had to Google to see if anyone's made stats for what you need to do to avoid an actual lightning bolt, not the spell lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt just summons. Lightning strike or lightning bolt would be good.
mean-
Both kind of do the same thing.
There is a
Visual.
Or you
spell
could
for
go off.
third. There's a spell for 3rd level that is just called Call Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is probably the best.
So given that big one of 12, and that's also 12, those two.
I can still hear you. I'm just getting a drink.
Alright. So Potoo and Alekxander. You two are fine. You two managed to quickly hit the deck and manage to grab hold of somewhere secure. Alari and Mariah, however, you two are a bit slow on the uptake, probably because of a little bit of exhaustion from both of you. And the lightning sends you flying.
Am I going to have to dive bomb to catch someone?
That all depends. Because unfortunately, I do. Are you still there, Rebecca?
Yep, I'm here.
Odds or evens?
Evens.
Right? You managed to hit the walling of the rail of the ship, and therefore do not fly overboard.
Okay.
Oh shit! What about me?
Odds or evens?
No!
Odds.
As you hit the thing, you're fine, but you do feel something go pop out of your hair.
Fire!
Oh, or
Hold on. I actually forget what I can do as I've never actually really done anything as the Eggplant King. I don't remember what I could do. Not a lot because he's a zealot barbarian. Like if I was like fucking punching something, this would be great, but no. Fuck. Why I have spells, by the way. I have 3 spells: Druidcraft, Fairy Fire, and Enlarge and Reduce. I could make myself fall fucking faster, I guess. Man, I miss Wafflebyrg so much. Yeah, he's just gonna be like, gravity. He's just gonna start punching the air. I'll fight you, gravity.
He is an eggplant after my own heart. I can't save him.
Are you back, dear?
I am the Eggplant King Gravity, and there are two things you need to know about me. One, I don't believe in you. Two, I defy you.
What was that? Sorry, Dale.
I was saying, yeah, I'm just coming back to desk now.
Alright, when you make it back to the desk, I'm going to need an odds
Yeah,
or
yeah.
evens. Oh, no, wait, you don't even need to be back to the desk for that. You just need to tell me odds or evens.
Yeah, I am at the desk. Odds.
You also hit like the railing of the ship, and therefore do not fly overboard.
I mean, I would have just thunderstepped my way back on board if I fell over.
You do hear a lot of crashing from the deck, from the floors below, as basically objects and people kind of get thrown about from these sun turns before the impact.
Yeah.
As the lightning hits mid-deck. And let's see just how bad this is going to be for the ship. Oh, it's kind of bad. Fires are starting to break out from the lightning.
Starting to
And
feel
there
like we
is
need a light rod.
a couple of, from the deck itself and a couple of floors below it, there is now just a large scorched hole in the ship.
That's not good.
There is absolutely not very much I can do about this.
Hey, land as soon as you can.
Should I go save the Eggplant King?
Oh, yes, probably. Try not to get hit by lightning.
Cool. Potoo's diving off the side of the ship
Okay,
to go save the Eggplant King.
but while you're doing that, I'm going to make 3 deck saves from below deck. Okay?
Guess you're making deck saves.
Just for that, the third one fails automatically.
Fuck off.
That was charged.
Okay. This is an oof.
Mhm.
3 people were in line of the lightning strike and had to make deck saves. And 2 of them have failed. As the Potoo dives off the side of the ship, those who are still on the ship will hear a couple of people cry out in pain as the lightning hits them.
Boomst.
Well, you hear 3 voices. One of them you can assume is the person who passed. That would be your mother.
Uh-huh.
The 2 that failed. One of them is cursing in Freljordian at the top of her lungs, but seems more pissed rather than actually dying injured. You can assume that to be Alekxander's wife. And the third one is silent because they do not cry out, but rather Sworn cries out for them. As you all hear Nico shout out, "Someone get down here, she needs help!"
Alari's gonna jump down.
Yep. And as you jump down, cradled in Nico's arms is an unconscious Umpa.
Is she living?
She's make me a medicine check.
We haven't killed children in long enough, I say.
I don't think we've killed children in this campaign at all.
That was such a shit roll.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've killed children.
The breathing is shallow, and there seems to be a scar running along the right side.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spare the dying just in case
Okay.
to stabilize her. And then I am going to pump a second level cure wounds because I'm a level. I'm not that high level cleric.
Okay. So as you pump some healing into Umpa, her eyes will just slowly open up as she'll just look to you. Too slow.
You're okay. You'll be okay.
And she'll close her eyes again to rest.
Mm-hmm. So look to Nico. Is like, this ride might get a bit more bumpy. Keep hold of her.
Nico will try your best. Nico will also see to the others. Nico hearing a lot of cursing.
I'll go over and find Alexander's wife.
Yep. With Alexander's wife, it's on her left leg where it looks like she was struck. But yet again, she doesn't look upset. She doesn't look like she's dying. She just looks pissed.
I'll level 1 cure wounds her.
She just looks to you and Inferior, and she'll just shout out, I got woken up. I was nice. I was happy. And then I get struck by lightning.
Yeah, that's kind of happening to everyone today.
Whoever the fuck did this is going to have their neck twisted 100,000 degrees.
I mean, you'd have to fight the sky, but sure.
It's not the sky that's doing this. This is way too aimed.
It's true, something is definitely aiming for our ass. Smee, well, I don't think Smee should be doing it, technically. He's a monkey. But he's trying his best. Just all this curing her leg.
Potoo.
Yes.
As you are flying down to try and catch the Eggplant King, you've got your eyes locked onto the small little purple shape falling.
Still punching the air, I assume.
Very much so. But as you are continuing down, you feel like a bit of a static build up in the air around you. Make me a dex save.
I get a +7 to my dex save, you know. 17?
You manage to quickly just barrel roll kind of out of the way as a lightning bolt rushes down in the position where you were.
Do a barrel roll.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. 23.
As you're locked onto the Eggplant King still, on a nearby cliff, you manage to spot something. A figure with electricity running through their body, with their hands raised to the sky, ready to call down another bolt of lightning. In a D&D chat, you'll see pretty much what you see. They appear to be Ursine in nature, but more bestial.
He's literally sending out an Ursine bolt.
Is there any way I could talk through to let them know?
So this is how the Magistrate fell when the Panzerbjorns were attacking them. Anybody who gets that reference gets the fucking cookie.
You know I get that reference, dude.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's a Golden Compass reference.
It's a Golden Compass reference.
Are you trying to call out to this one, trying to strike down with lightning bolts?
No, I'd like to call back to the freaking shit.
Oh, okay.
I was asking if I could speak through Devi and get them to shoot the asshole with the cannon.
Out of curiosity, can Does the Eggplant King know this guy's there?
You're too busy, eyes closed, punching the air, I'd say. Or too busy trying to
Fair.
punch the air.
Fair.
Like, pretty much,
I'm
you tried to
fighting
punch the
gravity.
air, and as soon as the lightning bolt came down, you tried to punch a lightning bolt.
I'll fight you, electricity! You and your fans dangle light bulbs and your vatting
So-
wires and your vatting machinery. Fuck off!
Mariah and Alexander, since you're the two that are still on the deck,
Yes.
the small little ghost shark will rise up to you both. And Potoo's voice will speak through them.
Got some Ursine asshole on the cliffs over here. Shoot him down or something, because he's trying to zap us.
Like shoot.
Real shit smell, Tucker.
Who was that to?
That was to both anybody on the deck, actually.
Are you just using your group sending stone, basically?
No,
More
she's
or less.
speaking through Devi.
I was speaking through
Oh.
Devi because I technically am flying. I can't really pull out the sending stone.
But make me a perception check, Alari. We'll see if you can hear it from where you are. Given there
Yeah,
is
'cause
now a giant hole in
below
the
that.
ship. Yeah, you managed to hear it.
It's twin arrow time.
After like hearing her leg, like, I'll be back. Try and stay out of lightning range. Starts climbing back up.
The big boy longbow is out. I'm ready to ping a bitch.
So as you get back up there, you see Alexander with this massive longbow getting ready to shoot. I'm assuming Mariah's already just pulled out one of her guns.
Yeah.
How far is he from us, roughly?
What are you thinking of using?
Well, that depends how far he is. Really? Because spell ranges.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Because obviously he's not going to be like within 60 foot or something like that. He's going to be beyond that, but he's going to be in range still of,
120?
we'll say exactly 120, why not?
Cool. In that case, I'm gonna 5th level Scorching Ray in.
Okay. Because he would be pretty much on like one of the higher peaks in this area.
So
So-
I'm launching a fuck ton of Scorching Rays at him.
And
Is it time for the spammoning?
yep, you two can roll your attacks as well.
Ping ping.
6 Scorching Rays going at his face.
And remember that you get an extra attack on that, Mariah. Okay.
Oh no, son! You tried the action economy, and you have been found wanting.
I love the
Also,
idea
my-
as a kid.
I would have activated my Mantle of Flame, so he's getting an extra 5 damage on top of
I love
whatever
the idea
damage.
that this guy was like, I could
Whatever
take them
fire
down with
damage.
lightning bolts from a distance. It'll be fine. Just blow up the ship. Just looks up. Magic spells come in as well as a one large arrow and 2 friggin' gun shells.
I mean, if it's raining fire, the Eggplant King's is like, ha ha! I summoned fire from the sky! It doesn't really help
So-
my pickle, though.
I'm guessing maybe 3 of those hit.
So, just to do the scrolling down from the top of the damage type of thing. One of Alexander's will hit because the 10 will miss. Both of Mariah's will hit. The 16 is a hit. The 10's an obvious miss because it's an at 1. 23 is a hit. The 12 is a miss. The 11 is a miss. And the 23 is a hit.
So 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 plus 21 plus 15.
I'm sorry, it's taken 6 minutes for me to see the fucking pun. God damn you, Josh. Ursine bolts.
So there 36 points of fire damage.
Okay. Plus the 5 piercing. Plus the 10 and 9. Well, the 19 in total for Mariah as well. But more so than that. And we need to see how exactly this is going to hold up. Oh! That's how that's holding up.
Ha! Suck it, bitch!
So,
I imagine he was just having a good day. Like, I'm gonna shoot these guys down.
He was
Oh,
expecting target practice,
he
not to be
gets
target
rained
practice.
down upon by all of this as you see here gunshots and arrows and spells whiz past you, Potoo. And you just see this Ursine look up, be bombarded with all these, slowly gets back to his feet as if he's ready to call down another lightning bolt. And you all hear a loud cracking sound. As you see the cliff edge that he was stood on literally crumble underneath him.
Ah.
And you see him just vanish down to the ground below.
We had to have hit him very hard for fire beams to do that.
Yeah. That's the first time I've seen Scorching Ray destroy a cliff.
You must have
I've got
melted
the
through
power
it.
now.
With rather that one.
I have a friend falling with me. Here, would somebody want to save me, or I mean,
Make me a dex check, Potoo.
Okay.
if not, it's okay. My son will take the throne or some shit. Not that I have one.
Oh my
Actually,
god,
I don't have a son.
Sansa is sat here literally preparing the identical character of his. And I
23.
Oh no! If this guy dies, I'm out. Okay, cool.
Why do I imagine they operate like the frigging rats from that German film where it's just a case of just the pork eggplant dies, the son instantly grows up to be just like it. Okay, I get to be king now, okay.
You heard my 23?
Yep, you managed to grab him. And you managed to grab him gently enough that you don't instantly squish him.
It's a big flying bird thing! Oh, wait,
Ah.
hold on.
Talking eggplant.
Ah! It's a
Ah.
zombie bird thing!
I'm in my Ionia skin. Be nice. I'm not that scary.
I'm in my Ionia skin.
I mean, you have a mouth like a big mouth bass, so he's a little scary. I mean, you could probably swallow me. Oh, don't fucking do that, by the way. I am not Shade. I will fucking kill you.
Just
Not
kind
that
of.
I want to. It's just I'm toxic. Heavily toxic.
I know
It's kind of-
eggplants aren't really toxic. On another note, if that guy's spirit pops out, can I just kind of vacuum it up if he didn't survive that fall? Because
don't
he
see a spirit.
too. Cool. We're going back up.
Gonna lean over the edge of the hole in the ship and just gonna look down at Alexander's wife. Think he's dead.
The person shooting at a...
Sorry, when you said that, my instant thought was, "Are you telling his wife that Alexander's dead? What the fuck?"
No, the guy shooting at us.
I know, but when you said it, my instant thought went to, "Oh my god, she just told Alexander's wife that he's dead." I don't know why. I don't know why I thought you did that. It made me giggle.
Okay. Potoo, we should try to get back to the ship. The ship is also lowering itself down as Smee is trying to find somewhere to land, essentially.
Do I see a cave while I'm flying back up that we can hide in?
Maybe a perception check.
Cool. One perception is a 6. 15?
You do indeed see a large cave. just off in the distance.
Cool. Anybody on the ship still? Because I'm pretty sure I'm still flying up. Just sees Debbie scuttle over to Smee.
I mean,
There's
we're all on the ship still, apart from you.
Yeah. There's a cave not that far down over that way. Just pointing in that direction.
Hmm.
And instead of going directly back to the ship, I suppose Potoo will bank off in that direction.
Okay.
Just to make sure the cave's not populated.
I'm sorry, I just saw a headline down and it just threw me off for a second. Lidl has issued a recall over its Paw Patrol biscuits and bakes after they were found to contain a link to an adult website site on the packaging.
What?
Well,
How'd they miss that?
I don't
someone's
know.
losing their
Clearly,
life.
clearly the kids wanted to see some puppies.
Puppies or I'm not gonna finish that joke.
No, I already had to edit that part out of the last video that went up for Baldur's Gate.
Which part?
The one where you went between me and Ranna while Fred went in the chat and went, "You bitches want some."
Look, I asked permission to say that joke, and you all gave me permission.
Yeah, and then I edited the word because you told me to.
Yeah, you needed to edit that fucking joke out. That was just an awful fucking joke.
You'll see.
You're gonna edit this part out.
No. The ship will probably keep around the same pace as Potoo. It would be going faster, but unfortunately there is a giant hole in it, so it wants to try and maintain some stability. I'm honestly surprised the ship did not blow itself up. But that's what we're doing. So, Potoo, as you're getting ahead closer, make me an investigation check.
Investigation.
And since you're in the claw as well, you can do so as well, Eggplant.
That is a 20.
Investigation?
Yeah, egg pork. Pork plant.
Pork.
I mean, that's one thing or another thing, you know. Yeah, I'm too busy dealing with the fact that there's a giant bird that's gonna fucking eat me.
So you're a bit too distracted indeed with that, but Potoo.
Pork plant.
This is a massive hole within this cave. And as you get closer, you start to feel that static build up in your feathers again.
If that motherfucker's down here, I'm gonna stab him.
You don't see any
Wait,
signs
what?
of a lightning bolt.
Wait, what motherfucker?
As you're getting closer, just feels like the static electricity's building up in the air. And that's when you start to realize this hole. Yeah, it's big enough for you. Yeah, it's big enough for the ship. It's also big enough for probably several ships stacked on top of each other.
It's a big old.
And it doesn't help that you do indeed see a lot of claw marks.
Just immediately. Heavy sound abort. As Potoo is wheeling around because he does not like the sight of that.
Okay. So, those on the ship. You're there as you see this battle getting closer. Doesn't seem to be too big of a hole from the distance you are. But all of a sudden, Devi starts to shout at Smee, "Abort." As Smee starts to try and turn the ship away from the mountain. You do indeed see Potoo in the distance, slowly turn around to try and fly away. And then you see something behind Potoo.
Mhm.
A
Ah, yes, I get
large
dragged into the
paw-like
darkness.
claw reaches out from the hole. And grabs Potoo.
Can
Eggplant
I?
is going down with me. Ah!
Oh, fuck me!
Would I be able to
Fuck
launch?
me!
Would I be able to launch a scorching ray at it from here?
You can if you want to.
Okay, I'm going to launch. A level 4.
Okay.
Remember to turn on my mantle flame thing this time.
Yep. Okay. So, do you want me to do the rundown for this? Going from
Sure.
top to bottom.
Go ahead.
Miss, 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 miss.
All 5 shots miss.
hmm
I've been fucking snatched by Wafflebyrg or something.
As the fingers close around Potoo, there is a certain rune upon a part of the armor. A rune that does indeed seem to be the rune of the Wafflebyrg.
Alexander,
What do you want me to do about it?
he's your god and he's got our bird.
And Eggplant.
And the Poe
Alexander
just
was expecting something a little. I don't know, not this.
the Poe will bring Potoo into the cave.
Oh, goodbye. Alexander's gonna go with
Goodbye.
fuck.
Played enough Baldur's Gate 3 to know where this is.
Say goodbye to Potoo. We're not done yet.
I know that we're not done yet.
It's freaking sound on the soundboard for when this happened.
Bye bye.
But it's muted, so I can't use it.
Smee is looking between the hall and Julot to see if he should still be aborting or if he should go for the hall.
Go for the hole. God.
This is going to suck.
Alexander was very good at pretending he wasn't having much of a problem with this until Alexander had to look at that finger at the wall, and Alexander's having second thoughts.
Oh, you
Just
know,
a small amount of that.
I don't have that.
it should be noted. Just a hand alone is probably around the size of the ship.
Yeah, well, we're not leaving Potoo, so.
So you head on towards this large hole in what is the largest mountain on this island.
But as we're going in, I'm going to shout, Anivia, if you're nearby, we could damn near use your help. I saw you fly in this direction.
I'm going to need a certain roll from each person on the ship. So I'm going to need a religion from Alari to try and reach out to Nivea. I'm going to need a wisdom save from Alexander.
Yeah.
Does he still have advantage?
Enhanced ability doesn't work for saves.
Does it not? It gives advantage on wisdom.
It gives advantage on checks for it. Ability checks.
That's why I was hoping to use you so you could both
it gives it on
fucking
wisdom
save.
checks.
Yeah, it's referring to ability checks, as in
Okay.
the standard checks for skill checks.
In that case, I
It
said
does
that
say
wrong because I was.
Wisdom's checks.
In
Yeah.
that case, I said that wrong because I thought that also applied to save, so it would have been with disadvantage.
It's one of those ones I didn't really think about until we got there, but I've this is one of those things that comes up a lot, so I've gotten used to it. yeah, it the funny enhance ability does not help with the funny saves. Not that it matters, because I said fuck off.
I
Or at
mean,
least I hope I did.
I did say with disadvantage, given that I thought it went differently.
Oh
So
no!
basically, just make the save again, and we'll take the.
Ah,
Okay.
suck it, fart.
And on top of that, Mariah,
Yes.
roll me a perception. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but we're running with this now. Alekxander, your managing to just about keep holding on to your sanity as you feel yourself getting closer to your god, and his influence starting to grow.
Here goes absolutely nothing. We are currently soaring through a cave directly towards my god, who I am not sure if I'm on his side or not at this point, while the other god that I'm also not sure about is probably, like, coming up the rear.
Don't know yet.
Alright. Here we go!
Alari, as you reach out for Anivia, you hear a voice call in the mind. Well, I was trying to discuss things with my brother, and then he saw your ship coming towards the lair, and something flying in front. I believe he's just pulled in one of your friends.
Yes, that is why I am asking for your help, because he literally just snatched our bird.
Yeah.
Trust me, my help at the moment is meaning that your bird is not being squished straight away. I believe he is holding on to it as a safeguard from you lot.
I hate to ask, but do we have permission to land?
There's a bit of a silence. And it's not Anivia's voice that responds, and it's not in your mind, as a large roar echoes through the mountain. A roar that essentially is both bestial, but at the same time is a clear enter.
As you know, we speak bear now.
Well, it's not like bird language, it's like a mixture of roar and him saying enter.
Fair.
Just kind of like, well, we're doing this.
Raya, you unfortunately don't
Time to go.
notice something.
Yeah,
Time to
used
go
it.
put ourselves. Time to go put ourselves between a pair of gods.
But let me just quickly. See, here's the thing. I've tried to remember every single creature that lives in Mariah's hair, aside from the eggplants.
There's also the parrot.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a general check to see. There's a bit of a cacophony from your hair, Mariah. Various voices of the various beings in there calling out. But you manage to hear like a little chanting from the eggplants. The glow is emanating. The glow is emanating.
Glow?
Are you going to make this a council of the fucking gods right now?
Damn it, I'm gone for like 5 seconds and my people start forming a fucking cult. This is why I'm tyrannical.
You do notice,
Also, fuck me!
You do notice the glow now. Coming from your satchel.
My satchel?
Yep. The object that you smithed and crafted last night.
Ah. She's gonna try to hide the glowing, probably very badly knowing Mariah because she's tiny.
You roll me a sleight of hand. Everyone else can roll perception if they wish. Aside from Potoo and the eggplant, of course. Oh no, I see those numbers. It's going to be the thingy again.
So, what you need?
Perception.
A perception. No.
No.
Wait,
Somehow,
what am I?
even
I'm
with the
advanced.
11, Mariah
Sorry
hides it.
about it. Hey.
Even with the Mariah, you managed to hide the glow.
Perfect.
As the ship pulls into the large hall, the alarms go off on the ship for a landing. And it's a bit rougher this time, probably because some of the landing gear has been slightly damaged from the lightning bolt.
Man, that motherfucker should be so happy Wafflebyrg's dead right now. Or else he'd crash the fucking ship right into his face.
A few of the NPCs on the ship will say they'll try and get some repairs going while you're all sorting this out.
Yes, and if things look like they're going bad, get out of here.
Very well. Just be careful, okay?
Mm-hmm. We'll try our best.
Alekxander, your wife will just look to you. She's pretty much seemingly broken a broom to be using as a makeshift crutch. Look, I only just got back. Don't fucking die on me just days after I got you back, okay?
I was going to make a big old speech about how we finally reached it, but I don't know. You kind of broke it now.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you carry on. I'll let you do your thing.
Don't worry about it. I'm only about to go meet my gods.
Oh, God.
Oh no, I don't think you understand how many are going to be here. At least two.
At least two. Mariah keeps on hiding the glow.
At least two. As if meeting one of them was not enough. Are you ready? Are you ready, Alari? / Delris, I've forgotten.
Alari, and I'm also going to meet my god, in the flesh at least. Let's do this, I guess. Now or never.
I love the idea. It's like, are you ready, Alari? Yes, and I'm going to meet my god. They just look to Mariah and walk off. It's just, we're not going to ask if you're ready, Mariah.
Well, we don't know that Mariah's that fucking Gorn.
No, but
She
I
didn't
thought
tell
it was more a
anyone.
case of, are you ready to go meet gods? Or something.
I
don't know.
mean, it's kind of a default that we don't ask Mariah, because she kind of just rolls with everything.
I mean, that is
Mariah
absolutely
doesn't
fair.
like pause anything. Mariah is just off with the fairies, just following everyone else.
It's quite literally the link from the CDI thing. It's just, are you ready to meet your gods, Larry? Yes. They just looked to Mariah. Great, I'll get my stuff.
That's my point. She kind of just goes along with everything. So
the gangplank is lowered. You all step off. And this is a point where you realize these scratches, these gouges in the ice that look so small from far away, they're pretty much like the length of, like the width of what a street would be. Like, you could fall down these if you weren't careful. And you head on into the cave. Why the hell have I been at it again?
it's Geek Retreat.
Yeah, Wells Veldra and Draft. You head into the cave. As you do so, the lights get darker and darker. Until there is only a couple of faint glows in here. The faint glow that usually comes from Alari. the faint glow that would normally come from magical items. And the oddly burning red glow coming from Mariah's satchel.
Go look over now. It's like,
Oh, let's be real. We're never questioning anything on this woman that's, like, remotely questionable. We've seen what she carries around.
what's in your bag?
Nothing important. I think these gods are more important.
She has a point, you know.
She does. I hope it's not something that's going to fuck up whatever negotiations we're about to walk into.
Nah.
I love the fact that we're about to say roll a deception and then everyone just decides to roll with it anyway. Deception passed without even trying.
Damn right.
These are not the gods you're looking for.
Again, though, it's just the Mariah effect.
It really is.
I've just made the perfect character to hide stuff. Everyone just thinks, oh, it's Mariah.
The worst part is I get the feeling if this campaign were going to go on any longer, Mariah would end up dipping into like either Rogue or Bard to take advantage of this now.
Oh God, I would.
The rest of us would be doomed.
As you do continue walking on, all of a sudden the ice in the walls and the roof and the floor light up as if lightning has just coursed through it.
Mm-hmm.
Up ahead seems to be a large chamber, almost impossibly large for this mountain to hold. Within the middle is a large throne. Sat within this throne, one paw resting underneath his chin, the other holding what seems to be a bird holding an eggplant.
It's like a fucking, it's like a Matryoshka doll. Each one holding something incredibly smaller than itself.
It's Wholeception. Boom.
You're not quite sure, but the eggplant may be holding a small thing.
Yeah, I'm holding a little tiny little fucking bird, a tiny little parrot.
The eggplant is holding a tiny Wafflebyrg, which is holding an even smaller Potoo, which is holding an even smaller eggplant, which is holding a...
I mean,
the idea.
look, I'm literally a fucking fairy, so yes.
But yes, you do indeed see the Wafflebyrg staring directly ahead at you all.
Alright, let's make a breakdown, lads. First of all, not sure about this one, but we're holding steadfast enough.
Was that with disadvantage?
That was literally just a random combat save to see how I'm feeling about it.
Oh. Okay. You're feeling uneasy.
With a 13, he's not doing a great job of hiding the fact that he's uncomfortable, but he's seems steadfast enough.
He just glares down at you three.
Alari is more openly defiant in her stare.
You might possibly, now that he sort of learned to stand up to Lysandra, you are probably staring at the single only creature in the fucking world that he loses all confidence around.
As he just looks at you all, a slight smile comes to his face. So tell me, did you come willingly to kneel, or did one of these two come to bring me my champion?
He doesn't belong to you.
I beg to differ. Mortals belong to gods. That's how it's always been. That's how it will always be. He is one of mine.
You do not own him, Bear.
Alright, Alari. Sort of takes a step forward, just puts a reassuring hand on Alari. Just mouths to her like, I've got this.
Do I not? Do I not? I'm pretty sure he is mine.
Nobody
know
is
how I
questioning. Go on.
Do you know how I can be quite sure that he is one of mine?
Now, before we start getting ahead of ourselves, there was no introduction required here.
No, I know exactly who you are, Alekxander. And I know that there are two things I must know about you. Quite frankly, but I have heard them so many times, it does indeed go without saying. But
That's it. I'm putting that on my D&D fridge. I literally had God say my catchphrase. Actually had a nerd out moment. Anyway, continue.
But what you do not realize is there was always 3 things everyone needed to know about you. Not 2. The third is you were always destined to be here. You're always destined to come at the base of my throne. You were always destined to kneel. And you're always destined to destroy the mutant.
The mutant, who would that be? I imagine I'm either really aware or everyone's having a stroke right now. It's either already over.
Is your hand still on Alari's shoulder?
No.
Okay. He will...
Although I suppose that's the question. Yeah. That was a high average. I don't know if I know.
As soon as he says that, you're questioning who it could mean. But something just within you just stirs and tells you. Remove the hand quickly.
Well, I've already taken the hand off, so...
As his gaze looks from you to Alari. Them. They are the mutant.
What is your issue with Alari and Delris? It is strange of you to hold such a anathema for something you would normally consider below yourself.
You have come across this being in the past. I believe he now goes by the name Brand, yes?
Who's Brand?
He was the fire person that you met in Shurima.
He never told us his name.
No, he only told Alari and Delris, and they didn't repeat it.
So you wouldn't know this, Alekxander, but Alari, you'd know that's who he's talking about.
I'm sorry, I'm not catching on. Who is Brand?
If you're trying to compare me to that creature, then you're dead wrong.
One who roamed these lands many moons ago, before even you were all born. One infused with the energy of the world rune here, and one who is spreading destruction as we speak. The difference is, he doesn't have full control over it yet. They are developing it. But she in particular, the blue one, I've seen it on your travels. Her spite is strong.
Okay, we agree on that one.
Happen, she would not hesitate to burn the entirety of the Freljord to slush and dust.
Clearly, you do not know who you're speaking of, then. With all due respect, Wafflebyrg, the person you speak of has spoken of nothing but bringing peace to these lands. Or is that what you consider its destruction?
How about an example? He'll look to you, Alari. How is your cup doing? Exactly. I didn't order the strike on it, but I certainly felt its life almost snuff out.
Mhm.
And if it did, what would it matter in the long run? Their species was near extinct anyway. It would just end the mockery.
Now, I'm not fool enough to let you purposely get a rise out of me to prove a point.
A voice will call out. As you shouldn't. And you, I thought we said we were going to, as the mortals will call it, play nice when these discussions were going on. As out from the darkness will stride the Cryo Phoenix. Almost as large as Wafflebyrg himself.
Yeah. Alari doesn't stand on ceremony. Like, she's not that kind of worshipper.
Who doesn't stand at all at the moment?
Yeah, no, Potoo's legs are just kind of dangly. Like, I won't say it's like a full fist claws on Potoo now, it's more like the thumb and index finger just pinching like the robes on the back by the tips of the claw just to dangle them.
While we're speaking civilly, would you mind releasing our bird?
That all depends. Do you intend to remain civil?
I doubt we'd intently pick a fight with gods.
You remain
We've
to
done a
attend
lot of things.
You tend to remain civil, even if things do come to pass as to have it destined, and I claim my champion.
For one, that's not going to happen. If he does not wish to be your champion, I will not let you claim him.
So you intend things to not remain civil then?
He is not yours to claim.
Alekxander, make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
What do I with them?
This one's a
How does it
Constitution.
matter? Because that's better for me. I did that on the wrong page. Luke's gonna be like, why the fuck is there a roll in the Colosseum, you weirdo? It's time for a look.
I mean, remember, this is with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's time for a lucky.
Yep.
I take the 18.
No, you'd take the lowest with disadvantage.
No, with
So-
lucky, you get to pick which dice you take.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you lucky a disadvantage roll, you only roll the roll that failed with the disadvantage of the roll that succeeded. And then you do get to choose. So it is replacing the lowest roll, so it is going to be the 18. That is his... Lucky kind of gets rid of disadvantage in a way.
It's really funny. I think it was Josh who told me, because of the way that lucky is worded, if you're intending to use lucky for an attack, if you close your eyes, you're more likely to hit.
According to this question from the Sage Advice Compendium, if you roll with disadvantage and use a luck point, you get to choose which of the 3 dice you use, effectively turning disadvantage into super advantage.
I love lucky.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that
the whole
wording
point
of
of lucky.
super advantage.
Yeah, lucky is essentially it gives you like it says fuck all and yeah, this is it. Now that being said, if you fail with lucky, that's just 3 different failures.
Yeah.
And then I Strands of Fate.
We're getting more.
No, it's no. I'm gonna say. I was saying if you failed, then Strands of Fate, reroll it again.
If you Strands of Fate, do you have to take whatever roll you reroll then?
I can choose to do it after if I see it fail. So basically, then yeah, the roll after that is the one that you take.
So,
but like, if I
look-
see a roll fail, I can force it to re-roll.
Are you looking to Alekxander?
Mm-hmm.
You look over to him. And Alekxander, your teeth grit. Your body shakes and convulses slightly. You manage to keep hold of yourself for the most part. But Alari, you definitely see some features change. You see a lot of that more black hair on the beard and the basically hair in general start to get streaks of white. You see the teeth start to get sharper.
Hi.
Little patches of fur begin to sprout on the body.
Enough, bear.
Just simply making my point.
As soon as he stops, Ulster is like, ah. So sort of I'm gonna cast fucking bless.
Okay.
Affecting myself, I will also choose to affect. What's the range of bless? 30 feet, which I can probably safely assume Potoo is not within.
No.
So I'm gonna bless, well, the 3 of us.
Okay.
So 1d4 to all saves and attack rolls.
Okay.
Most of the saves though. That's my damage.
So if you didn't come here to deliver me my champion, then why are you here?
To tell you, you won't be getting him.
And I don't mean
That.
just to come and claim your bird.
Well, that, but also we were on our way to see Udir when your bear outside started striking us with lightning.
They get like that. They're not too fond of outsiders.
We didn't even know this was your cave. We were simply intending to land.
To be fair, I doubt that he knew that my champion was on board. If he had managed to strike it down and kill my champion, needless to say, his torment would have been never-ending.
As if we'd let him strike us down.
He just kind of looks up, looks at the ship in the distance. Well, I mean, he was quite literally 1 inch off doing so.
You got 1 hit. That's not enough to put us down.
I think we're all getting a little off track here.
You just hear the distant cry from your mother of, bloody hell, he almost hit the explosives.
Regardless.
So you came here because you didn't know I was here. You came to get your bird back. You came to see the only other one that had managed to resist me.
I will be honest with you, Wafflebyrg. We had every intention of eventually meeting eye to eye.
Or, well, toenails.
Simply had our hand forced is all. To do this a little earlier than expected. The truth is, Wafflebyrg, is that there is a 4th thing you must know about Alekxander. Alekxander is no one's puppet. Alekxander has a 5th thing to tell you. Alekxander has worked too hard for what he has claimed to let you take it. And while we're at it, Alekxander's gonna give you a 6th. Alekxander could not have done all of the deeds that you revere him for without the team at his back, including your so-called mutant. So get your hateful thoughts out of my head. Nothing you and you respect me for could have been possible without the very person you seek to destroy.
Puppet? No. Champion is the word I used. You're not
Mind
free-
controlling him does not make him your champion,
He would still have his mind.
but you're forcing it upon him. It's not something he
That's
chose.
because he is resisting.
That's
Well-
still forcing it upon him. If he says no, take a hint.
Wafflebyrg, I know exactly what will happen if I become your champion. I have seen the wars and the fights that have broken out through the Freljord for years and years, and I have seen the pain that it causes unanimously. I did not rescue my wife from the Ice Witch. I did not save this world twice to simply become the Freljord's next problem, which is what you will seek to do.
I'm sorry, that just threw me off for a second there, Ranna. That's a no. No. we don't mention the nonce. Was he a nonce or was he just a thingy? I can't remember.
No, I think he was just a sexy Brad.
Yeah.
I will never use that phrase again. Anyway, continue. God,
That's not
I've never said anything that's caused me to recoil quite like that in a while.
Oh, that's cursed.
Continue.
That's like Wafflebyrg, there's a little thing you need to learn called consent.
I'm not giving him the birds and the bees talk.
It's not so much the birds and the bees talk. Consent applies in all areas of life.
Very well.
We have to have consent forms every time we torture someone down in the dungeon.
Very well. Then I propose this to you then. If he is not to be my champion, then bring me a champion.
Find one who's willing. Find one who actually wants to be your champion, not just someone you're forcing it upon.
He'll smirk and just lean forward slightly. That's the benefit of being a god. I don't need to do shit. You find someone who's willing.
I'm not one of yours.
No,
Wafflebyrg.
not hers either.
Just stand forward and
No,
go,
not really.
Wafflebyrg, and I'll stand forward and go, I don't think you're really understanding what is being told to you here very well. I have followed you for a long time. I have made many deeds in your name. I have gone to the ends of this earth in your name. I have saved the world multiple times in your name. I have had the backing of your berserkers, and I have had your holy powers flow through me. I did every single one of these to better this planet, to better this world.
And yet, the world is forgetting the ways of old.
Because
Look around you. Races are dying. People are losing their loved ones. There is not going to be anything worth fighting for at the rate that you're engaging with your siblings. Your own sister stands somewhere above us. I haven't looked again, to be honest. Expectantly hoping that there can be some sort of agreement here. And all you care about is bringing another warlord. Well, I'll promise you this. I will bring you no additional warlord, and if you dare find another one of your own and he finds his way to my lands, I will be the warlord that puts him down.
He will tilt his head at this. Say that last part again.
Which part? It was quite a long sentence.
Whose lands?
Before
Sorry,
we
it's
delve
screaming
into that,
time.
before we delve into that, I actually generally have a question. You talk about forgetting the old ways, and I'm not from around here, not even from this reality. What is use the god of exactly?
He'll just look too. What would be just a speck
Oh,
to him?
we
Oh.
lost Rebecca.
Oof. Did she have to go to bed, or is it just...
She had to go.
College.
Oh,
Yeah, she had to go.
Hello,
oh yeah,
I
she got
return.
college tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.
Big Satch.
Look, what is you, Zagato? Because you keep talking of the old ways, and you keep talking about how people are forgetting them, and how you're going to make everything better. But I've got to ask, if people are forgetting these old ways, and if your own worshippers ain't even following them, did they work? Are they working? Are your old ways working?
Did your bird,
Obviously fucking not.
did your bird's odd purple tumor growth always speak?
It's not a tumor, I'm just holding it. And yes,
Then put it down, it looks like it's diseased.
No,
All
actually,
right.
the king,
Oh.
the eggplant king has a
Hold on. No.
Really.
As a god, you say, oh, people serve me, oh, all that. But there's somebody that completely understands how fucking servitude works. That ain't really how it is. That's what, no wonder you're fucking drowning in your own fucking despair over your work. Wanting to give you a dime with your always fucking dying. It's all about you, ain't it? It's all about how you do things. Instead of, the people who's trying to get on your side don't want to be on your side because you're a selfish little fucking best, ain't you? Look, but you's a fucking teddy bear that whines because nobody wants to worship a god that just wants them to do things instead of doing anything in return. Look, gods, you're all a bunch of fucking assholes, and smite me if you so fucking want, but I'm still gonna be right, even if you smite me. All it's gonna do is just prove me right on that.
You see Wafflebyrd's eye just twitch, and Olivia just... The odd purple bean has a point.
In
Yeah,
I was
it
going
is.
to say, in a slightly less
antagonistic.
aggressive,
manner.
yes. What reason do people have to follow you? What are you doing for the people of the Feliord other than pushing for death and destruction of the people who live there?
And keeping them strong.
But strength is
Yeah.
nothing if there's no one left.
Sounds like you're fucking killing them.
Exactly.
There
You
are.
know we're being invaded of a sort, right? You know, the neighboring country, the vicious warlords that live there, always looking for a little more land. We probably would have dealt with that by now if we weren't busy killing each other.
Yes, and probably would have dealt with the problem of the horribly horrific abyssal monsters under the ice. If, we weren't trying to kill each other and we're actually working together. Oh, and maybe Brand wouldn't have actually got that power or got as far as he has if people weren't so caught up in fighting each other.
The wars weren't really that much of a thing back then, Mutant.
They are now.
Yes, but the fact is they weren't then, and he still did it. Human greed is still a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
But you're not much better.
What have you done to change that? What have any of your fucking gods done to change that? No, you throw it on the pile, and I'll get it. You's a god of war. Yeah. Well, yous ain't doing good, because your own people are at war with one another. Like, and here you are, asking one of your best fucking soldiers to throw his life away and become some fucking mind-controlled monster, losing everything that makes him successful, everything that makes him unique, and everything that makes him who he is. Like, I've been here probably less than the others, but Alekxander is a fine slab of meat. He was wanted to turn into fur and claws just because, you need some... I don't even know why you're wanting to fucking do this. Anybody know why he's wanting to fucking do this?
What's the
perpetuate
reason?
the number of thousands.
I mean,
this
Alexander
man's
was
not
going to say,
insane thousands.
well, I imagine it's,
No, go on, Alexander. No.
well, the whole bear thing is because if it doesn't look like him, it quite clearly can't be as good at him, right? That's what this is all about.
You are mistaking something here.
Yeah, please, go, correct us.
The
It
Ursine
was
transformation
mistaken.
is because you are unwilling, you are fighting against it. If you had accepted it, you would keep your form, you would keep your mind. You would just
And the
be
first
more
thing you would have me
powerful.
do is immediately rend someone I have traveled across the entire world, solving its incredibly convoluted issues,
To save the
simply
Freljord,
because you
yes.
don't like them.
No, to save the
You
Freljord.
to
How,
save
how
the
does that save the Fairview? How does that do that?
Because
I'm
Ujabin's
genuinely
destined to
curious.
destroy it.
Hey,
I don't
question.
seek to destroy the Freljord.
Wait, hold on. We's our issue is with the future destiny of destroying. Meanwhile, you've got a three-way civil war that's already doing a pretty good job. You got a conquering nation. You got another fire monster going about. You got three absolutely fucking nitwit siblings going at each other, and I ain't talking about the sisters. And you've got these fucking things in the ice, but your worry is fucking hothead over there and her Tweedledum sister. Like, sorry, I ain't. Maybe it's because I ain't clairvoyant. Maybe it's because I don't see the future, or maybe it's because I'm a person of reason that sees the fucking present and understands what the fuck's going on. As to like, I'm not getting what you're laying down here, buddy, and I don't think.
Yeah, are there like he's got to look around? Is there the Earth sign that was like throwing lightning around somewhere?
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh,
What?
He got crushed.
like, oh yeah. Well, he's gonna like be like,
Yeah, don't. Your own follower, a man who has been devoted to you for ages, doesn't even understand what you're fucking spouting out. Like, prove me if I'm wrong on that, Alexander, please.
Irby.
But,
It does have to be
I'm
said,
just,
I am certainly failing to see what fighting each other till the ends of the earth is really going to make us strong against. When we're all dead, I'm sure our bodies will be able to hold the... What's the neighboring nation called again? Because I keep calling it the over
The one that's
nation.
been invaded is Noxus.
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 I am sure that the corpses that we leave behind after we've killed half of our own population are going to really hold the Noxians at bay. Face it,
Necessarily not
Wafflebyrg.
really
At
trying
some
for
point, the Freljordians are going to have to stop. We're going to have to find peace. We're going to have to work together. That is not what you want. If anything proves that, the fact that your first credence to me as your champion, for years, Wafflebyrg, for years, I would have jumped. I would have leapt into such an honorable position. But after all I have fought through, I see what is important in this world. I have been across the entire globe. I have seen the evil deeds of many. I have seen catfish. I have seen singe. I have seen all sorts of incredible evils, let alone Viego and the Void. And I know that your way simply will not leave us powerful enough to keep us doing this. And for what? Your ego?
Can I just...
And you would have me sacrifice one of my greatest friends, the one person that in this party that really has sat down and gotten to know the real Alexander, because you don't trust something gaining power that remotely rivals anything that isn't under your thumb.
Can I just state, I know I've done a good job with the villains when up there alongside the Ruined King and the Shadow Isles, the Void and literal demons is Singed, just a mad scientist
Oh,
human.
is that where you were stuck on? I was stuck on the fact that one of the many characters that he had met probably only like once or twice that is apparently stuck with Jack. He's fucking Tom Kinch, and he just calls him Catfish.
It was, to be fair, I never went in, I never got his name, but it was like a really, it was just a really potent moment of just a woman going in, hearing a lot of screaming, Alekxander about to turn, everyone just puts an hand on him and just like shakes head. Like, yeah, you're damn right, I remember that.
I love it. I love it.
So, note to self, if you ever want to mentally scar Jack's character in a campaign, 4.
Yes.
So
He will also, halfway through that conversation as well, with the mention of the 3 siblings bickering, like nitwits, Nivea will just kind of smirk and be like, now that's a bit harsh.
No, it's the right level.
No, the Seal sister isn't that bad.
I said 3. Didn't include a 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, and this is what we're trying to get through that thick skull of yours, Bearman. I don't think Alexander would have so much of an issue with this if you actually had him doing things that would benefit the people of the now instead of having him slaughter not only a person that has saved thousands of people as well, but also having him slaughter other people. Like, it's one of those, like...
Oh, this is actually potentially doable.
I'm confused. And I'm confused a lot. Don't get me wrong, I'm confused a lot, but I'm just confused. It makes no sense at all.
it's kind of
Fair enough.
well,
Look,
firstly, it's nice to know that you all think so highly of me. You know, a very terse person. But other thing I wish to say to you is if you intend to continue squabbling with each other, leave us out of it.
He will drum his free hand on the armrest of the throne.
Not just me and Alexander and people immediately involved. People, humans, or signs who don't want to be involved in it.
He will give off a slight...
People who did not consent to being massacred.
He will give off a slight scoff of annoyance. Without even looking at it, be like, of course they bring this to my lair, to my throne. Diplomacy. The one thing I can't really respond to that well. A fight, I know that. I know that inside out. Warfare, I got that in spades. Diplomacy? Coming in with words rather than actions? How am I supposed to deal with this? Like, seriously. You mortals have grown so much beyond what I am used to knowing.
Yes, times have changed. That's why people have moved away a bit from the ways that you know. People change with time. Civilizations change with time. And with outside pressures, they have to change or be decimated. Especially since you have...
Hold on. Is Wafflebyrg just a fucking boomer? Is that what this issue is? Wafflebyrg is just a fucking boomer.
Much.
That's what I'm getting here. Is that Wafflebyrg is essentially complaining about the fact that society's changed for the better, yet it's not what he remembers it being, and so he hates it. He's back in my day us so fucking hard.
Yeah.
He'll just
We're literally arguing with Alexander's boomer dad.
He'll just sigh.
That's what this fucking is.
No, stop giving me that.
He'll sigh and close his eyes. I tried to change with the times once. I thought I was even keeping up with it. You thought I'm bad now, you should have seen how I was before. And with that, there is a crack of thunder and lightning within the throne room. And the eyes behind it lights up in a image of his past self. Which, the picture is going to be in the D&D chat.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it ain't like a one-time deal. You gotta keep up with it. And it ain't easy. I mean, fucking kids these days, like, it's a whole fucking race. And I mean, you don't have to be 100% at it all the time, but, you know, open mind. Open mind.
Also, I've been biting my tongue for a while for this, but I'm gonna boast if I don't say it, and I'd rather not go through that whole being an egg moment thing, but I told you there were a thing under the ice. You don't believe me, but it was there. Sleeping all this time, you said it wasn't an issue.
It is very much an issue.
So what would you have me do? Let you all go, ignore the needs of the mortals, stew in my own throne, and just be a passive watcher?
Sorry, hold on. You are not even acknowledging the needs of the mortals. Like, you're not.
Look to the Winter's
You're
Claw, I've
serving.
made them strong.
You're serving your ideal. Do you know how many people die every time there's a conflict with the Winter's Claw? Do you know how many children are offended? I should know. Me and my sister were some of them.
He'll raise his brow. More Avarosans than Winter's Claw, I believe.
Does that
And
matter?
they don't even doesn't matter. People die. There have been entire settlements just decimated and left abandoned because of the fighting. People can be strong on their own terms. They don't need some god's guide and claw. There's adversity enough in the Feliord to make people strong, with the weather, the scarcity of food, the struggle of actually just living there, with the creatures that live there too.
He'll close his eyes.
I
Take
didn't
a deep
follow
breath.
you. I didn't follow her. I didn't follow the other kids. And I grew strong. And so did my sister.
Okay.
So did all the other people we've met along this journey.
I can see I'm not going
And
to be able to change your minds. And I can see by the looks of it. And take this as a compliment if you will, but some of you have grown beyond even me.
Wafflebyrg, as I said, as many years I have followed you, spread your power, and I've used it in what I felt was the best way for the Freljord. But that is what it has always been. My following of you has always been for the Freljord.
Then allow me to make this compromise. I will not try and take you. I will not ask you to decimate. I will only ask two simple things. Wait. Four simple things, one from the each of you.
Alekxander might mutter something under his breath over. Most people go to free first.
One from the each of you, including you, tiny bird person. As he just kind of dangles you slightly, Potoo.
Oh, goody, I'm acknowledged.
If I put you down, are you going to scratch me?
No, technically speaking, you'd probably squash me like a mosquito.
Good to know that we're on the same page, and he will put Potoo down. Firstly, let's just get the small little bit out of the way. If those spirits come back to try and take my lands again, you, bird, will deal with them. Is this agreed upon?
Yes, that's agreeable, because it won't just be you they come after, I imagine.
Alekxander, I will not take you. I will not take control. I will ask that you still lead, but lead as you see fit. You have had more experience down there than I have, apparently. I will trust you to know what is best currently. Is this agreed upon?
I will leave you a nation more cohesive and strong against its neighbors than you have ever had before.
You? I hate to keep calling you mutants if we're trying to be a bit more civil.
My name is Alari.
Yes, I know your name, Alari. I ask.
Yeah, I know it is. I just runs away.
I ask one simple thing of you.
What is that?
Leave these lands and never return.
Well, that's not very fair.
You can't destroy the Freljord if you're not in the Freljord.
I'd have no intention of destroying the Freljord. It's my home as much as it is his. I may have no love lost for the place in the war, but I have no intention of destroying it. Why would I fight so hard to save it if that was the case?
Because much like you were worried about me taking control of Alekxander, loss of control is a thing that can happen to any mortal. Be it an
If you're talking
emotion
about
or
Brand,
rage or whatever.
I've already confronted Brand and I've come out of it fine. And I've been managing it fine.
Then allow for a compromise with this, if you don't mind, Wafflebyrg, brother. She is not to return to these lands until she has learned to control, or the power is... And she'll just look to you, Alari, with the faintest of smirks. Divided. You can roll an insight on that if you wish, but it seems pretty obvious what she means.
Yeah. I'll just because Alari can be a bit temperamental.
Alari, you're struggling to get the idea of what she means. But there is just that faint little whisper of Delris in the back. Just the little guiding voice. She means when we separate.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Would you find this a bit more agreeable, brother? I suppose power halved is power controlled. Very well, do you agree upon that term?
Fine. But I'm staying here until Udir.
That is fine. I'm pretty sure we can try and find whereabouts he is if it'll speed up the process.
Well, that was our entire intent anyway, to find him.
As for you, tiny little puffball, he kind of tries to get a better angle to see what he's looking at with Mariah. Should those things under the ice awaken, or those creatures from the void come back, you will be there to deal with it no matter the consequences. Mariah just kind of raises a brow at this. What do you mean consequences? That is for the future to say. Well, I suppose. I mean, I stopped them once, could stop it again. I just need them to build another giant robot. And, actually, remembering how that went last time, that may be a bit more tricky.
You won't be doing it alone.
But what
If
if
you
it's
need
beyond?
my help.
But what if it's beyond your lifetime?
mean I'm fine here.
Your lifetime depends on how hungry people around you get.
And their lifetime depends on how hungry I get.
That's
Mariah,
worrying.
there are ways to extend one's lifetime.
Not to a Yordle's point, unless you become a Yordle yourself. And let's face it, given
Oh,
how
I'm
you
not
all
doing
hated
that.
that last time.
I'm not doing
Alari's
that.
over here practicing Black Rose magic.
I mean, there are spells that can make you pretty much virtually invincible. Like,
There are ways to extend your lifespan. Just steals a ship, goes back to the Shadow Elves.
especially, like, this is the thing. It very much depends. Because if Udyr can't help me, she very well may take up the, like, essential stream.
So she will just like look to you, Alari, just with a raised brow. Look to Alekxander. I'm pretty sure you've got a limited lifespan.
Why are we counting lifespans now?
Because he said, whenever it pops up. As Yordles don't die. Well, don't die of old age anyway.
You'll have your girlfriend help you anyway.
Well, I'd have her and I'd have him, as she points to Potoo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can die or not now. Or at least of old age.
At least of old age, I'd rather not test how many times I could be stabbed.
Oh,
And depending on...
there is something else as well.
Hmm?
Something I just quickly remembered. But we'll have to do it somewhere out of sight of bears.
What?
She just taps her nose knowingly.
You understand none of us know what you mean, right?
A tap on the nose means it's a secret until later.
Maybe a wink would have been better.
No, I did that last time, and that's how I ended up in this situation with Vex.
Ah, rip.
Are these terms agreeable to you all four of you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I guess we don't have much choice, though.
There's always choice. Feel free to say no if you wish. It's just that things get a bit more complicated from there. Mainly because I'm not using this diplomacy thing. I thought I was doing diplomacy quite well here.
I've already the terms on my end.
In that case, Anivia, dear sister, you've got better eyesight than the rest of us. Guide them towards the shaman. And as for you four, aside from you, Alekxander, I'm pretty sure on other days, on other situations, may see more eye to eye, but that's you don't let me see you again unless it's dire circumstances.
He sort of looks up at him and goes, "Truly, for many years I would have seen myself as your champion. Maybe in your eyes, maybe one day that still may be the case. But right now, we don't need another champion of war. What the Freljord needs is a uniter. I have put back the Shadow Isles and the Viego. I have put the Void back in its place. This will be my next goal. God, I don't set myself light expectations, do I?
No, but I don't think any of us do.
Maybe one day you will see the good that I have done for the Freljord, and you will see me as your champion once more.
So, And if you will look through, that went better than I could have expected. Follow me, and I'll try and keep it at a slower pace so that your ship can keep up if it's still damaged.
I mean, it's just got a big gaping hole in it, unless they manage to work really quickly.
Can't work as quickly as we were hoping. You know how Wafflebyrg worked. A lot of this is death traps.
Fair point.
They say his Wilhelm is just completely all over the place.
And
What would happen if we put Wilhelm back together?
I suppose Alekxander leaves his god behind him.
Yep.
While he still possesses his power, he can no longer really call himself a true paladin of Volibear.
So,
The continue. Yeah, let me give that.
go on, carry on, carry on. I'll let you have your moment.
Shush! Silence, DM. It is my turn for the big words. And he leaves, having chosen the land he grew up in and the allies that helped him throughout this entire insane adventure over the god that empowered him throughout it. He hopes that one day both sides can see eye to eye again, and he will not hide any doubt of the fact that under better circumstances, he would have absolutely taken on the mantle of champion. But he takes some pride knowing the goal he set in front of himself, and he knows, being with his ties to the gods, Lysandra, and many of the Freljordian champions, that he's well in the position to potentially become the fucking uniter. God, I like titles.
Alekxander, as you're getting back
Yes.
to the ship, you feel a shudder come over your body. The sharpness of your teeth returns to normal. Your hair returns to its blackened state. What body fur there was growing on you from the Volibear's potential changes sheds and falls off. And you feel your mind at peace, as he has truly kept to his word and has stopped trying to take hold of you. Back in the closet, dear furry. As you are going along there, Mariah will pull you to one side, Alari.
Mm-hmm.
So, I forged this. Apparently, the nice Ram man said he was going to help you out for this next part.
Just kind of look at it, and then when she says Ram Man, what can I try and...
Religion.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. No.
She pulls out from her bag what seems to be a golden tiara of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
You can make me an investigation check if you wish.
Alright.
Seems to have a bit of a weakness in the middle parts, as if it could split into two halves easily. But
What
it
is
still
it?
looks like it could still be affixed to their head, even if split in half. I'm not sure. The nice Mr. Ramman just said we needed to forge something to help you out with, well, your dream. I thought he meant like dreams as in sleeping, but given all that talk, I think it means something more. Unless
Can
you
you
just having really
trust?
bad dreams, I don't know.
Just kind of looks at it. Looks at where Nivea was.
Nivea will just look down, see what all the runes on it. You got visited by a brother.
Your brother.
Owen.
Oh, I guess that's who visited you, Mariah. That's who you're calling Mr. Ram. His
Yeah,
name's Orn.
he had a really nice forge. It was in my room for some reason.
That's why the ship was so hot.
Was it? I didn't notice, despite the fact she's got a tan.
You literally have a tan. Despite the fact that you're purple.
It's like a deeper purple.
I know.
So, you all board the ships. Well, you all board your ship, getting ready to follow close behind Anivia. And as you do so, back in the halls, back in the throne room, Wafflebyrg slowly rises off the throne and goes into a chamber hidden off to the side. There in ancient Freljordian, scribed into the ice via etchings of lightning, are champions' names and words of old. And a new one is added. The name Alekxander. Several titles are added. Puncher of the Island, Slayer of the Void, Unifier. And the blurb, as it starts to be etched into the ice, there are 2 things you need to know about Alekxander. And as he continues etching that, that is where we're ending for this week.
Wafflebyrg will be there the next 5 years getting everything.
Shit, I made a typo. I need fresh ice. So,
It's like, where's Wafflebyrg been the last, decade? No one knows. Meanwhile.
shit, that's not how you spell Alexander. I keep thinking there's a K in there somewhere.
Oh
You
no,
did it.
this has been capitalized.
As always, it was a great session. I do have to pop. I love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Santa.
So I hope you all enjoyed. If you
Not being too
enjoyed,
loud, Anna. Oh, no, look. Gonna get something to eat. You hungry?
if you enjoyed, check out Silence Through the Fog and Star Plunder over on Spotify. I believe Santa said he was working on a couple of things with us, so a bit of patience while those are updated, as well as Echoes of the Past over on Junkbook Keeper's channel. Be prepared for Vampire Mayhem over here soon, as well as Devil Darlings Season 2 and Baldur's Gate. And I will somewhat confidently say this, just for you all. Prepare your asses. Next session, Dark Tides of Runeterra finale.
I'm so fucking chuffed.
Did you say next time might be the finale?
Yes.
They have a different place to play and sleep. You get after you the beans.
Like,
I mute myself because
like,
me and Mum are not.
like I do feel like there's not really much else left to do. It is just Alari and Delris is wrapping up a story and then an epilogue. Which I feel like, unless we get extremely sidetracked like we tend to, it will be the last session. And if not, there'll be like one more session just to do the epilogue. But we will see. So thank you all, and we'll see you for one more go around at least for the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
Until we decide to pull it back out, of course.
See, I'm not the only one who thinks that, motherfucker.
I think I heard Lee die inside a little.
I love the idea where it's like, yes, no, the finale of Dark Tides of Runeterra. And then everyone's now already there going, until Season 2. You know,
yeah, because you keep doing it.
I'll be disappointed if there's no Season 2. On another note, I love the fact Wafflebyrg just assigned Potoo to being Shadow Isles attendee.
I mean, he saw you deal with it once already.
Yeah.
I mean, right, like I can now I can now officially say to people, I walked up to my god and tell him, hey, yo, no, we're doing it this way. And God went, awesome, you're my champion.
Like, I
Damn,
feel like
fuck that
I feel
way.
like I need to state this.
I
Yordle-
wanted my way.
Yordle being like, yeah, until season 2 of Dark Tides of Runeterra. Meanwhile, I've just sat here like, look, until the League starts pumping out more lore for me to run off for this kind of shit, I can't do that.
Oh,
The
shit, you ready for the...
If they don't start pumping out, we could just go off script.
You ready for the Defense of the Agents campaign?
The only
Ancients... I fucked that up, never mind.
the only lore we've gotten since that, given I've already interjected Neferi into this, is just Briar.
I did see a thing saying that Arcane Season 2 should be out at some point.
Yeah, that's next winter.
This is not.
I mean,
that
I could always do the thing of being like, yeah, I can run one or two shot of it and that lot, and just say in an alternate verse for League, aka give me my excuse to finally run some fucking Star Guardian shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey, I'll just play that Star Guardian Vulpine Hunter I drew.
I can finally get Star Guardian Umper knowledge since Legends of Runeterra didn't. I'm still recording. I just realised that. Bye.
Congratulations, Lee! You have officially become the second ever major character quest line I've finished. How does it feel?